Welcome back to the Ed Show. The Obama campaign is hitting Mitt Romney, I think, where it hurts. They're out with a new commercial that some are calling the most effective political ad of 2012. It hits Romney on everything from his outsourcing of jobs to his offshore bank accounts. Take a look.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies,
for amber waves of grain,
for purple mountains,
majesty above the fruited plain.
America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with broad.
Let's bring in New Jersey Republican Assembly Leader John Bramnick and also author and attorney Catherine Cryer and Democratic strategist Keith Boykin with us tonight, who just published an article called The Swiss Boating, the Swiss boating of Mitt Romney. Pretty good. And Leader Bramnick, I got to ask you first, have you ever seen a better ad? I mean, how in the world would you counter that?
Well, I'll stipulate he won't be on the Idol, and he's not got a great singing voice. But at the end of the day, this is a guy who created jobs at Staples, at Domino's, at the Sports Authority. At the end of the day, when people go in to vote, they don't care if he can sing like the Idol. They care whether he can create jobs.
Well, why doesn't he? Go ahead.
Create jobs. That terminology in and of itself. The Bain people themselves, when all of this first started, said, we're not in this to create jobs. We're in it to make money for our investors. If you know, as sort of a side effect, you get a few jobs, that's great. He didn't create jobs. And 4 of the 10 big success stories for Bain during his tenure all resulted in bankruptcy when they went down the pipe.
And part of the problem, though, is that you have people on the Republican side who are saying the exact same things that the Democrats are saying right now. You have people like Rick Perry, who said during the primary that Mitt Romney is a vulture capitalist who is killing jobs. You have at the same time Newt Gingrich, who was going around saying that he's never heard of a president who had a Swiss bank account before, and called Mitt Romney a liar. So when the Republicans get upset about a Democrat making an attack, I think they're just not used to Democrats fighting back.
Well, when you have 8% unemployment, who do you want in charge of the economy? You want Barack Obama or do you want Mitt Romney? I understand all these distractions are interesting. They create really good TV. At the end of the day, you walk in.
It's a distraction to say that document that he's outsourced jobs.
And you can find all kinds of details when someone's a businessman. You can find all details to focus in, but the voter wants to focus in on the big picture. That's what people do when they go into the voting booth.
The big picture here is this guy gets investors together, buys a troubled company, and either borrows money, pays themselves back enormous dividends, and watches the thing go into bankruptcy, or, as luck would have it, maybe the company turns around. The point is, he is saying he has the prescription for an economy, and what he has the prescription for is an investor class, a bit of venture capitalism, which doesn't at all apply to a nation.
Catherine even didn't go to the heart of it, I think, because what the Obama campaign is doing is they're focusing primarily on Mitt Romney's business experience, because that's what he says we should focus on. But nobody is talking about his experience as governor, because he doesn't want to talk about that, because Massachusetts ranked 47th out of 50 states in job creation, and when he came in, the unemployment rate was below the national average, and when he left, it was above the national average.
But how effective is that ad? How effective is that ad?
Very effective ad. That is a devastating ad. This goes along with the Daisy ad, or with the Willie Horton ad, or the Swift boating ad. This is one of the most effective ads I've ever seen from a Democratic campaign.
Around for about a second. A day, 2 days, 3 days, and some other.
You would hope so, right? Exactly.
This is the way American politics are. This is the good ad today. How long will that ad be shown? Another 24 hours?
But it cuts right to his record about where his money is, about where the jobs went, and what they were all about in creating wealth.
Democrats' perspective of his money. The average person
you show me a Republican that's had his job shipped overseas, and I'll show you a real unhappy worker.
I'll tell you what I would like. I was telling these gentlemen back in, what I want to do from a sort of a math and political standpoint is, if you took away all of the tax breaks, all of the federal loans that they were able to use, all of the bankruptcy laws that have been skewed to benefit the investor class, the carried interest that allowed him to treat his income as investment dollars, not wage income, take all of that away, and then see how well he would have done, it would be a very different picture. And all of that is federal government tax laws.
You're getting at the heart of it. What the problem is the ad illustrates and demonstrates exactly the problem that Mitt Romney is engaging in the business practices that encourage the current crisis we have right now. So it creates the narrative. It fits into the narrative. It's exactly what the Republicans don't want to do. I'm really proud of the Democrats. They finally got some BALOS to be able to go out and fight for it.
The Romney camp attempted to roll out a new commercial today criticizing President Obama for reportedly rewarding Democratic campaign donors. The ad has President Obama singing Al Green's "Let's Stay Together" in the background. Well, the commercial was taken down late this afternoon for a copyright infringement. Leader Bramnick, Romney refuses to name his top fundraisers. How can he go after President Obama while protecting the campaign from similar criticism?
Now, President Obama has a better voice than Mitt Romney. I'll stipulate to that.
We can agree on that.
I can agree. He's got a really good voice, but he has absolutely no experience, none whatsoever, in managing an economy before he became president. Don't you think inherent? Don't you think it's inherent? Don't you think it's inherent for a person to be president and to be successful at managing an economy to have some experience?
The last two businessmen we had as president were George W. Bush and Herbert Hoover. One led us into the Great Recession, the other led us into the Great Depression. But you look on the other hand,
President Obama's doing a pretty good job.
Catherine Cryer,
23 million
Keith Boykin, John Bramnick, great to have you with us. Great discussion tonight. Thank you. Coming up, the Tea Partiers say that they hate government spending, but they're spending lots of your tax money to ride in style. Hypocrisy on wheels when we come back.